Hello and welcome to We Live in a Society. This section will feature Chantle stories, where I will tell you stories that's happened to me as I've travelled the world. So the story that I'm going to talk about today is A Stranger That I Will Always Remember. So this was back in 2006, and I just started my PhD in neuroscience at the University of Newcastle. And so in 2006, I spent that year in Baltimore in the United States, and I was doing training at the Johns Hopkins Hospital and University in the Department of Neuroscience and Neurosurgery. So I had a nice apartment right in the city of Baltimore. It was like a 10-story building, and it looked right out onto the Baltimore Monument, which was like the Washington Monument, but just a smaller version. And so I had to get the shuttle to work every morning. And it involved crossing probably like a park that spanned probably about 2 blocks. And so I would get the 6 a.m. shuttle. And so this was about in, I'd say, November. So it was starting to get cold, dark early, overnight. Didn't get light until pretty late in the morning. So I would have to cross this park to get to the shuttle. And so I used to go through there every morning to get the 6 a.m. shuttle. And I used to notice that there was a homeless man that used to like sleep on the bench. He was a young guy, about 30. And, you know, we'd say hello and just exchange pleasantries. And, you know, he never asked for anything, money or anything like that. I'd see him, you know, every day. And then he was there when I used to come home around 10 o'clock at night. And so this particular morning, I decided that I usually got a coffee from Starbucks on my way to work. So I decided to get him a coffee as well. And I gave it to him. And so every morning I would get him a coffee when I got a coffee on my way to work, walking through the park. And we sort of, you know, became friendly. So one day, close to Christmas, I left work quite late. So I was on like the last shuttle, the 11 p.m. shuttle. So it was probably about 11:30 by the time I got to where I got off to walk to my apartment across this park. It was dark. It's 2 blocks, so it's a decent sized park. You can get lost in the foliage. And so I was walking along, and there's like a shadow behind me. And then this man just came and, like, I don't know what his intentions were. I assumed to rob me, but grabbed me. I assumed he was trying to rob me. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was just all happened so quickly. There was this homeless man was right there in between us, and he's like stopped him from attacking me. He's like, no, like, he's like, leave her alone. And he's like, run. And I'm like, I didn't want to leave him there with this man in case, like, I don't know what he was going to do. He could have had a weapon, but he's like, run. And so I ran across the park, and he saved me. So this man that I still don't even know his name, but this man I'd never met and was just friendly within the park, I think saved me from a potential robbery, or at worst case, rape and murder. So so I'll always remember him. And then